Good morning and welcome to today's intention. So today I want to talk about, I would like to share something that happened for me, and so that you can use that maybe to power your own journey. So last night, I was finishing a meditation with some friends and we were talking, and I decided to speak my truth, be authentic, regardless of what anybody thought. There's all sorts of things that other people could have thought that I was part of, some sort of culty, fighty, flighty thing, blah, 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 blah. So I'm very much into the self-esteem prophecy, the books. And it's really philosophy. It's a way of looking at the bigger picture, which I really resonate with, and processes, steps to help you get your life cleaned up and become more connected with the whole, as well as your own, your own mind, to your higher self or what have you. Anyways, so there's parts in the book. So just before I joined this meditation group, I was thinking about putting an ad out or something, because I need other people to come in a group with me to work on these principles. Some of them you can't do alone, and that's the whole point, right? And I needed help with some of them because I was struggling with a couple of them that I couldn't see through the box. And so I told them this. I told them that was, my intention. It was my hope and what I'd really like to do. And sure enough, boom, just like that, just putting it out there, instantaneous response I got. And, oh, I'd like to help you with that part. And, oh, well, why don't we incorporate this into our meditations? And it's like right away, everything is just handed to me on a silver platter that I was looking for. That kind of instantaneous synchronicity. And it doesn't always have to be instantaneous. It usually isn't. But it really struck me last night how instantaneous it was. And that is part of intent, right? This is all a part of intention, being authentic, speaking your truth. You put it out there, and what's going to happen? You'll see what's going to happen. Synchronicities will fall into place to guide you or bring you what you need or what you're looking for. And it's really nice. Like, I didn't expect that. And it's really, it's a double whammy, because at the same time, the first principle of this book is all about synchronicities and taking advantage of them, being aware of them more than taking advantage of them, being aware of what's being offered to you, maybe in a way that you weren't expecting or in a format you weren't expecting. And so all of this to me just completely corroborates everything that I've been working toward. And it is part of intention, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. It is part of the process, being authentic, being willing to speak your truth, just as it is. Being willing to put your wants out there. It's okay to tell people what you want. You'd be surprised at how many people respond and say, hey, I can help you with that. Or, hey, you can have this, or I can do this for you. Or you'd be so surprised. And then what do we have? We have a world where everybody is sharing and giving and receiving, and everybody is swimming in this beautiful higher vibration that is love. That is love. That is a form of love. So I just needed to express that today. I felt like I wanted to share it with you. So if you do anything this week, just try to let your truth come forward. It's okay to say what you want. Not everybody's going to respond the same way, but it's all good. Just when you put it in simple terms of, this is what I was hoping for, this is what I was looking to do, this is what I was looking to accomplish, as opposed to, I want this to happen, or I want this specific thing to happen, or I want $1 million, that kind of thing. Just if you put the honest emotion, the feeling behind it, this is the frequency that's powering it, right? And I've often thought, it's often over the last couple of months has really resonated with me about, daydreaming and thinking about this scenario that I had in place of this happening. And lo and behold, I have an opportunity now to make that happen. So, okay, enough blah, blah, blah. We'll get on with today's intention, our kind of global all around intention. So if you could find a place for 30 minutes or so to sit or lie down with your eyes closed and not be disturbed, that would be really good. And go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to start with a few slow, deep breaths. Breath of life in. And when you exhale, I want you to just let everything go. And by the way, these intentions are gateways to meditation. I allow pauses at certain times so that you can find that meditative peace and get a grasp of what it feels like for yourself. If you'd like to venture more into the meditation realm. But the intention is specifically tailored to create an actual frequency of reality. So we spend a lot of time building it. That's why we don't spend too much time in the meditative zone. I mean, it's all in a meditative zone, especially when we get to the Nexus and we move on from there. That's all meditative, but it's not pure meditation. Just so in case you're not too familiar with meditation practices or this kind of thing, it is slightly different from a pure meditation. Okay, now we're going to take some more breaths. So take the second breath, and I want you to fill up as full as you can. Start with your lower belly, then your upper abdomen, and then see if your lower rib cage can expand outwards toward the back as well. And this time when you exhale, I want you to feel like you're sinking into the safe arms of Pachamama, Mother Earth, always supporting us. And for the next breath, I want you to visualize breathing light directly into your heart and then exhaling light directly from your heart. So breathe from your heart. Good job. Okay, now we're going to focus on the body. Make sure it's good and relaxed for this inwards journey. So I want you to bring all of your awareness right now down to your feet and simply ask them to relax at this time. Our bodies are these amazing, loyal servants that just want to do our bidding and please us. Sometimes all we have to do is ask. Try to be sensitive to your energy. I want you to allow it to leave your feet now into the ground. Curl up with the roots of the forest and then circle back and complete the circuit back into your feet. Allow the earth to cleanse and replenish your energy. Feel grounded. Then we move on to the ankles, shins, calves, the knees, and we feel everything relax. Every area and body part that we touch on, I want you to allow to revert back to its original blueprint of perfection. See everything working perfectly, efficiently, perfectly. No pain, no inflammation. Just a beautiful symphony of life. And then we go to the upper legs and the hips, pelvic area, the buttocks. I want you to feel everything loosen into the inner organs, the rib cage, breast, chest, full back and spine. Feel everything soften. Your shoulders are down in the most comfortable position, your arms, forearms, hands, and fingers hanging loosely. Your neck is supple, bearing no weight. Then we move up to the skin of our scalp. This is where tension can hide sometimes. So I want you to release anything you find there right now, almost as if your ears could wiggle. Go down into the jaw and allow it to unhinge. Open up and receive the breath of life. Feel all of your facial muscles melt into a pool of perfect relaxation. And see if you can get your eyelids to soften a few extra degrees. And we move inwards and we ask our right brain to relax, and we ask our left brain to relax. And now we're going to thank our minds for all the hard work they do on our behalf all the time. We're actually going to invite them to have a virtual seat on the couch right now and just chillax for a bit while we let the heart steer the bus for this session. We want our minds to stick around, be part of our council, just take more of a back seat for a little while. Now let's deal with our thoughts. We all have so many thoughts, and they're moving so fast. Let's enlist the help of the elements to help us deal with our thoughts today. We'll start with the element of fire. Beautiful element for this as it burns up everything that's no longer necessary, purifying us, allowing us to be reborn from the ashes. And you can see the fire element as the sun. It's a great representation. Imagine yourself standing in full and complete warm sunlight. And then we'll ask water next. Also a wonderful element, especially for dealing with thoughts, as water naturally retains memory in every drop. So if you can picture yourself standing in the middle of a gentle river, feeling the pull and ebb of the current against you. You can actually watch or observe as it pulls away everything that's no longer serving you. All your old patterns and habits, any trauma that you'd like to release. You can just watch it float downstream. Then we'll call in the element of air. So feel the wind or the breeze against your bare skin. And its specialty is to pull away all of our stories, our egos, leaving behind only the shining truth. And finally, we call upon the element of earth with its magnetic properties to pull away and stick to it anything that is left over, any baggage, any heaviness, any burdens you need to release. And we trust that the earth can transform this energy into something higher vibrational, something akin to a seed sprouting to new life. Now, we all have many thoughts, and they tend to hijack us or kidnap us and take us away on these wild rides, sometimes without our consent. And anytime, it happens to all of us, all the time. If you can happen to stop and recognize somewhere on the journey that's happened, what you do is just gently, very gently, excuse me. So just keep gently, gently bringing yourself back to the present moment. That's all that you need to do. Back to your breath, back to what you're doing. And sometimes it is just a practice of continually bringing yourself back. And then eventually, just like any other practice, it starts to stick and you are able to stay there, not get pulled away as easily, which is what you want, because you want to stay in that beautiful, generous present moment. Okay, so now let's move from the head space down to the chest cavity where the heart resides. And let's use a beautiful wooden spiral staircase to get there. I'd like you to experience this journey viscerally. So feel the smooth grain of the wood underneath your fingertips as you're trailing your hand down the railing. You're hearing the soft padding of your bare feet as they touch down on each step. And you're sensing the lightness, the buoyancy as you glide down the staircase. And when you arrive on the platform, I want you to notice if there's anything in front of your heart. Perhaps a gate with a lock on it, maybe a wall has been built. This is normal and natural. We all do this and have protective measures for ourselves. What I'd like you to realize right now is that this is your heart. You have full access, VIP, backstage pass to it at all times. It's your concert. So go ahead and envision those locks disintegrating, the gates creaking open. Perhaps a bridge appears over the moat that may have been built, if you're like me. And as you approach the door to your heart, it cracks open a bit. And brilliant beams of yellow, golden light are just spilling out everywhere. It's so beautiful. See yourself opening the door and entering into your heart space to be completely bathed in this warm and loving light. You feel so safe and secure and so happy. This is the most amazing place you've ever been or could imagine. Anything you want it to be. And this light is closest to the truest essence of what you really are as well. Everything in the universe is made of energy, as are we. It's the common denominator. So we're going to have a bit of a shift in perception right now, away from our physicalities that we're used to our energy bodies or our light bodies. I want you to look down at your hands, inside your heart, and see that all the cells of your body have transformed into brilliant points of light. So you're kind of floating there, existing like a light cloud. It's very blissful. And everybody has a very unique shade of color and texture to them. I'd like you to experience this right now. What color are you? And then you look up and you see a colossal but indescribably beautiful ribbon of light above you as well. This is the flow of the cosmos, the consciousness of one. I call this place the Nexus. It goes by many names in many cultures. It doesn't really matter what you call it. At the end of the day, what it really is total connection. And that's what we want. So I'd like you to allow yourself to float up and merge with this flow right now. You don't have to be afraid. You can come out of it at any time. You don't have to sacrifice anything to experience this, and there's no need to change your beliefs. All truths are inclusive here. One of the things you might experience when you join in is a sensation of coming home, of belonging. And at some point on every level, you will experience that you are everything and everyone in the universe, and they are also you. We are all one being, one light, one consciousness. We're all the same pie, bringing slightly different flavors to the same pie. Now, this Nexus is a place of incredible power. You have at your fingertips the knowledge and wisdom of the entire universe at your command. This is where our intuition stems from. It's a place of spontaneous healing, a miracle, and a wondrous capacity to create. And that's what we're going to take advantage of here today. We're going to intend a reality of our choosing and then anchor it in the present moment at the end of the intention. Because we can. So I want you to right now envision the life that you've always secretly dreamed of having in all its glorious details. I'm going to guide along in generalities because at our core, we all want the same things. But I want you to fill in the blanks and color the page the way you see fit for your life. Let's start by talking about health. Envision yourself in perfect health right now. Completely whole, vibrant, healthy, moving your physical body with ease and grace. Your emotional body's balanced, your mental body's full of clarity, and your energetic body's filled and complete. We can trust our bodies. They're amazing systems that self-heal, self-repair, guard us against anything that we might need shielding from. And in this reality, we take care of our bodies. And any time we need guidance or teaching on how to do so, that is amply available to us. I'd like you to experience this vitality right now. Open up and receive this healing. I'm feeling really light, as if effervescent bubbles are just coursing through my entire system right now. My DNA, my cells, right down to the atomic level, the quantum level. Everything realigning to its natural, perfect, healthy state of balance. It's very invigorating. Now that you're experiencing this vitality, I'd like you to include your friends and family as well. Witness the expressions of relief and wonderment on their faces too. And then expand it to include your community and then the entire planet. What a beautiful gift to give and receive. Total vibrant health. This is within our power to do so. We are all healers. It's all frequency, all vibration. It's just a matter of focusing our intention and sending those waves out. Now let's talk about abundance. There is plenty on this world for all of us, and that is the truth. So let's go ahead and lift humanity up out of survival mode and into creation mode. It is time. Everybody has access to fresh, clean drinking water. Everybody has ample, natural, healthy food. Everybody has shelter. Everybody has warmth or cooling if they need it. And there's plenty left over for comforts. So maybe we could travel around once in a while. Most importantly, that we have the resources to follow our passions and dreams in life. Each of us, we're seated with a unique gift that only we can develop and share back with the world. This is our purpose. When we're on the path of our purpose, we feel fulfillment. Not just because we're doing what we love. Deep down, each of us have an innate need and desire to contribute as well. So we're being fulfilled on many levels when we walk our path. I'd like you to experience this right now. What are you doing when you're following your bliss? And if you don't know what your purpose is right now, that's okay, don't worry. We're going to generate the feelings associated with it and allow that to beckon into our conscious awareness, that information. So let's go ahead and generate feelings of wholeness or completeness that we have felt in our lives before. Or perhaps that all over good feeling from selflessly helping another at some point. Or you can go to a memory where you were doing something you were so enamored with, so fascinated by, that you completely lost track of all time. That's kind of what you're looking for. Now see yourself going to bed at the end of your day, being on your path, feeling completely fulfilled, sleeping soundly through the night, waking up in the morning, excited to jump out of bed and do it all again. No, we just did this for the entire world. So what does that look like now? I see all the amazing imaginations and intellects pooling together to problem solve. And all of a sudden, we're living on a planet free of pollution. We're living in harmony and balance with the Earth ecosystems. How fantastic is that? And look at us exploring our limitless potential together, inventing, building, teaching, learning, sharing, caring, progressing into the future in a most balanced and conscious way. What an exciting time to be alive. And I want you to see this as all already happened. Always visualize everything as it's already finished, complete. It's done. So say we all. And we're doing this together. We are meant to be together. We are here to walk each other home through the meadows and over the bumps. But today, let's celebrate this incredible existence together in song, in music, in dancing, in laughter, in playing. I am picturing us all at a huge outdoor music festival. Everybody rejoicing. All the relationships healing. Love being transmitted and received. Then I'm walking down the street in my reality, seeing all the smiles on strangers' faces as I pass by, watching the lights behind their eyes, sensing all the connections, cleansing, clearing, opening up, communication flowing. So beautiful. And let's intend one more thing while we're here together. Let's intend that everybody is awakening to this consciousness of one. At least that everybody's feeling connected. Something wondrous happens when we remember who and what we truly are. This high vibrational frequency energy, this light, this love. All of a sudden, then the lower, heavier energies just don't make sense anymore. The greed, the harming of others, the righteousness, the judgment. It all falls away. We naturally tend to adopt the same foundation principles: honesty, integrity, authenticity, caring, sharing. Everybody's on the same page. What a relief. What joy. Even the systems that are governing us in this reality are designed in place to uplift us in our lives, to protect our freedoms, and to help us flow along on our journeys together. I'm sensing all the tension, worry, and fear lift collectively up off of our shoulders into the atmosphere above us to be transformed into a higher resonance frequency that's more in alignment with who we truly are. And all of a sudden, trust is just blossoming in my heart again. I'm overflowing with compassion. The atmosphere is just so easy, smooth. It's so easy just to be. It's so easy just to be. And now, wherever you are in your beautiful reality you just created, whether you're out with your family, out on a picnic, marveling at their glowing faces, seeing your children and grandchildren thrive. Or you're out for a walk in the forest with your dog, enjoying the serenity. Maybe you're having a laugh with your buddies on the pickleball court. Maybe you're creating something incredible at home or at work. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your reality right now, I want you to just stop in your shoes and look at all the beauty that surrounds you. All the natural beauty, all the man-made beauty. And just drink it in. Sense this unconditional love energy that surrounds and supports us at all times, and receive it. You are so worthy of this amazing reality you've just created. And I'd just like to connect with a little gratitude before we finish. Thank you, thank you, thank you for every step, every breath of this wondrous existence. Thank you, vulnerability. Thank you to all the lessons I've learned. Thank you to this vessel, this body that allows me to perceive all this beauty. Thank you to my emotions for guiding me through this lifetime. And most of all, thank you for our connections to each other, to the earth, to our hearts, and back to the source, the fountain that constantly replenishes us with light and love and healing and energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I want you to take the entire beautiful reality you've just created and build it up as an energy ball in your center right now, in the heart space, the solar plexus, the dantian area. Build it up as a big energy ball, make it crackle with life, and then soak it with those elevated emotions you just felt, the fulfillment, the joy, the peace, and the gratitude. And we're going to take a large breath in, we're going to build up that energy. When we exhale, we're going to release and share that frequency with the world. Here we go. Build it up, and send it out. Exhale completely. Give it all away. Our hearts are vast. And then breathe in the breath of life. Replenish yourself with love, light, and healing and energy. Good job. I can sense all those concentric rings circling the earth, causing all the other like energies to light up in response. Blanketing the world in frequencies of love and peace and prosperity. So now wiggle your fingers and toes. We're going to come back into our bodies proper right now. Maybe shift your limbs around a little bit too. Really come back in. And when you feel you're ready to come back into the room or your space, open your eyes and just notice how you're feeling. Know that you can come back to this state of being at any point in your day with a single conscious breath of intention. This is why we do this practice, so that we can call it up on a moment's demand, anytime, all the time. Eventually, we won't have to put any work into it anymore. We'll just become walking, talking natural transmitters of this high frequency energy that's more in tune with who we truly are, creating the reality of our choosing all around us, because we are this powerful. And so much more so when we put our intentions together this way, exponentially by magnitudes. So thank you for joining me in these intentions. Whether it's live or recorded, it all works. It's all good. And maybe if you've been doing these intentions for a while and you have a good grasp of this awesome reality you want to create, then try doing the single conscious breaths of intention. Anytime you get a few seconds, brushing your teeth, cooking supper, standing in line, before you go to bed, anytime. And just play with it. And notice maybe over the next couple of weeks, what kind of shifts are happening in your life? What kind of synchronicities are showing up? Okay, have a wonderful start to your week. See you again for tomorrow's intention.